Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders Radio Network. And I am here with Kelaiah and Tiana, both with MorningStar Senior Living in Laurelhurst. And we're very excited to learn more about this amazing community, which offers both assisted living and memory care. And obviously, we talked about general information about Laurelhurst. And at the time of this recording, you weren't quite open yet. You're not quite open yet, but you're opening in spring of 2023. So if you're listening to this podcast after that date, Laurelhurst is open. So I just want to preface this, but we're going to talk a little bit about assisted living and specifically the category of care, the classification of care. And if I live in assisted living in Laurelhurst, what is a typical day like?
Well, the typical day for assisted living, our resident, when they get up, the first thing they want to do is go down to our dining room, beautiful dining room, to have breakfast if they like. And then after breakfast, they select the activities that they would like to do, that offer within the community. So yeah, it's just like a resort. You come and
so when I talk about they want to go down to breakfast, when they first wake up, obviously they may need help with activities of daily living. So when they wake up, how do they get help in getting ready? What happens in that part?
So depends if the resident need help to get dressed, go down to the dining room. They simply just press the pendants, and then our care team will come in to assist the resident. And the resident even escort the resident down to the dining room if needed.
And sometimes they may be in a wheelchair, they may be in a walker. That's the nice thing about, obviously, they're in with people at all times, that are not necessarily all the same because everybody's different, but they don't feel like they're singled out because they do, pretty much if people have assisted living, they need some assistance in some ways. So Kelaiah, tell us a little bit about, you obviously do a lot of activities in your organization and in your community. And given the lifestyle at MorningStar, what kind of activities happen?
Well, there's a little bit of everything, as you can imagine. So we want to have a holistic approach to wellness. So mind, body, spirit, and definitely we want to have fun. So that's one of our number one priorities. But there's scheduled activities that happen with our activities director, and then you can also choose your own day as well. So the location includes a fitness center where we do fitness classes, but you can also choose your own plan. We have a theater that sometimes doubles as a place where we hold services. We have an art studio. So do you want to go to an art class, or do you want to just go in and paint because you're inspired? We also have a library on campus, and that has a dedicated office area if you want to surf the web and just enjoy your afternoon that way. We have a bistro that carries 24-hour snacks and food and beverages, of course. Our club room has plenty of entertainment activities, should you want, and our Sky Terrace for being outside in the world without necessarily being in the neighborhood. So enjoying life that way. But our life enrichment program is definitely very comprehensive. And then on top of that, we have beautiful, dining halls and a salon that is open for residents to tend to themselves. So really, it's an all-inclusive environment that you wouldn't have to leave if you didn't want to,
Yeah.
but we also do go and do fun things and events as well. So
Yeah. And one of the things that I think is really amazing, there's every community has their own quote unquote culture. And I think one of the things that I've learned about MorningStar's culture is the whole philosophy of anytime a resident moves in, their family. There's this thing of always striving to meet the needs, maybe the hobbies, the desires, any sort of thing that somebody, if they have a desire to garden, they can, go out in a courtyard and they can, have a flower bed to work with, or if they have a desire to do certain types of craft projects, like you talked about, there's this basically this open canvas, right? To be able to, create your own sense of purpose and own sense of, what's the word I want? I'm trying to, but it's just this inclusiveness of, people are always honored where they are. And I think that's one of the things that's really stands out for me with MorningStar communities. And I talk to a lot of them all the time. So obviously you touched on the dining experience. Tell us a little bit about, if I want to go downstairs and have breakfast at 10:30, can I do that?
You can have breakfast any time of day. We have all day dining in our dining hall, and it's restaurant style. You order, we have specials of the day, and then of course favorites that are always available.
And that's it's the freedom to be who you are. So if you're not a morning person and you don't get up until 9:30 or 10, that's totally fine. And you can be a night owl and again have snacks late at night, right? So that has the ability to conform to your lifestyle. And I think that's what's really important there. Now, the next question I have, so let's say there's a couple, and I'm just going to throw out scenarios. Dad needs care. Mom has been trying to do it all on her own, but she's, it's taking a strain on her, but mom doesn't need assistance. How can they best, I mean, is this the type of a good community for both of them, even though mom doesn't need assisted living? Tiana, do you want to answer that question?
Yes, yeah, sure. So for couple that, if it's let's say you mentioned about mom still very independent and that's needs a little bit extra care, definitely her care plan is when she move in is to show that she's still very independent. She doesn't need help with any with her ADLs. She's there just to be a wife of the husband and then enjoy the amenities that we offer in the community, and while allowing us to provide the care for her husband. So yeah, definitely that's we have seen that at in our assisted living with the couple moving in that you mentioned about.
And certainly what about pets?
We are pet friendly. Yes, of course, we are pet friendly. Residents have welcome to bring the pets. We have cats. We have actually that when residents move in, when they have pets, actually the pet's name also is a part of their
I love that.
Yes, outside of their suite. So yeah, we pet friendly and it's very aligned with Portland, right?
Yeah. Well, and certainly it's interesting because we do therapy dogs, obviously, up here in Washington State, and we call on the MorningStar communities, both Kirkland and Silver Lake, and they love. Matter of fact, we did therapy dog training at your MorningStar Silver Lake community, and residents love it because they get to come in and they get to greet the animals and the dogs, and it's just really a fun way to have that kind of experience. But it's also great that you open yourself up to those types of activities, so there's something new every day. The other thing that I'm interested in too, as far as for those that are military, you obviously there may be some benefits depending on if you are served any time in wartime, quote unquote. There's a lot of seniors right now who may have either the Korean War or the Vietnam War. Tell us a little bit about that.
As a veteran, you definitely may have some benefits available to you through the VA. For having served in active theater and being honorably discharged. As a veteran to MorningStar, we are going to honor you regardless. So we do offer special veteran programs, and if please ask about any programs that you may feel you're applicable for. But 100% of the time, whether you qualify through the VA or not, MorningStar has a program for you.
And that's, that's just goes beyond, again, what how you honor your residents, because those who served our country is that important. And I am just really interested in learning more about those types of programs. So if I'm in assisted living and obviously looking for, I wake up in the morning, I get help. What are when we talked about ADLs, I would love to summarize what the quote unquote ADLs are for our listeners. Would one of you take that and just give a conclusion on that?
Yeah, so ADL is assisted daily living. So that can be ranked from the resident may need help with a wellness check at night or during the daytime, or can be assist with shower, grooming, dressing, escorting to the activities, or escorting down to the meal, medication management, or can be help with transferring, help with toileting, and help with the coordinations of outside provider care, physical therapy, etc.
Yeah. And so obviously, if you're dealing with any of those issues with a loved one or whatever, they might really do well and thrive in an assisted living environment where they don't have to put that burden on their family members. And so we're going to talk in our next segment a little bit about MorningStar's Lavender Sky program and their memory care program right after this. We at Answers for Elders thank you for listening. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.